What's up, everyone? I decided to join Short Bus Gamers with an invite from JR. Extremely nice dude, and yeah, I'm glad he decided to take me in on one of my accounts. And this was my first warring with them. They just got done kind of taking a break from warring with them, so they're trying to start up a new Screep with an OP roster. And they have got an insane roster right now. Look at all these guys. Look at all these names in here that are just, I mean, you know them, and you know that they're good triples. So this was the first war, actually, and obviously I can't cover all the wars. I can't cover all of the triples, but I'm going to do my best to get as many as I can. Now, this is a CWL base that we've seen a lot. And this is actually a new technique of taking it down that I have not seen. So he's doing a queen walk into the core there, and I am going to be showing this one at 4x replay because it is a CWL base, so if that means I need to talk faster, then I will. But he's doing a Lalo with the queen charge, and the queen charge is going in between that middle of the middle of the base, and then he's queen charging, or the Lalo section is going underneath the town hall, and then using that perfect L-shaped pathway that we like to talk about on this channel. And that was that. Super easy, I think. Yeah, not an easy attack, but easy to commentate. Yes, sir. So, yeah, this is the first war, and, I mean, 20 triples to 1 I think they had. So, here we go. You've got, oh, I'm just going to say Scarlario X. How about that? And basically, it's a Lalo, and suiciding the heroes on the town hall, and then suicided that king on the Archer Queen over there, and then from there he's just doing a E-clone from that one compartment right there, using that E-Dragon to have huge chain value. Didn't exactly get that Eagle Artillery, but if you guys look at this section of or how this base is kind of laid out, it's kind of a funky way that you would approach a Lalo ideally. And you know, he sends the loons in from about 10 o'clock all the way around to about the 4 o'clock, just to keep that funnel in. And then the loons just, you know, good haste spells throughout the rest of this base. Warden's ability at a time where that multi-target Inferno and that Wizard Tower, the air defense were going on it. And yeah, notice that E-Dragon is still up from that CC. I mean, isn't that crazy? Yeah, and then he's just got a couple loons on the back end side to keep those other loons, the main pack of loons, funneled and going into the finish. And then, I mean, just perfect amount of cleanup troops to make sure this is going to be a triple. I mean, that was a well thought out attack because all the troops ended on the same corner. You know, it was going to be 100%. All the troops finished on the same corner, which is just big. All right, guys. Now here's my triple from the war, and you know, I just saw a lot of value right in front of this town hall, so I just needed to make sure I didn't go cheap on my funneling, because if I went cheap on my funneling, then it might not have gotten to where I want to be. And so the P.E.K.K.A took out those structures. I knew I needed to place that king on the far side to make sure that my queen wouldn't wander that way. And then at that point, you know, there was a 2-tile gap in between that cannon and the other defense there, so it was an easy funnel into the core to take out that town hall and that multi-target Inferno. Jump spelled into the Eagle Artillery area, and then I dumped the hogs at the 6 o'clock. And you know, it's pretty easy. I mean, super easy pathway. Look at the hogs in the path of least resistance that they've got going. You know, barely any defenses there at that one panel. I did use 2 healing spells there, and then on this area, you know, there was a lot of damage putting out on those hogs. You know, that multi-target Inferno, Wizard Tower, and then the point defenses. But you know, I had to use it there so that these hogs would get through the rest of the raid, and then, you know, a couple of cleanup wizards on the back. My queen actually saved her ability all the way to the end. She was able to make it through that entire base to the other side. Yeah, just a good, fun Kill Squad hog raid, which, you know, you guys might have seen a couple times. Yeah, so now we have Rob the Awesome. And, you know, I am going to apologize ahead of time. I have not had the chance to go ahead and, like, meet everyone and pronounce everyone's names right. It usually takes me a little bit of being into a clan to actually to nail that. So, you know, I apologize ahead of time, and, you know, I usually get crap in chat whenever I mispronounce someone's name, and they fix me pretty quick, and I'll remember. But, yeah, this was, you know, kind of a ring base, so not much to commentate there, just doing a P.E.K.K.A Witch. And as you can see, these ring bases are still super easy with the P.E.K.K.A Witch armies. So yeah, I'm super excited to be part of Short Bus Gamers. I know they're a legendary team. They've been around since the beginning of time, and it's just a legendary clan, honestly. Now we have Manbear, and Manbear is taking advantage of this town hall being on the outside there, right? I mean, suiciding the heroes, and then that king's just going to get a ton of value, honestly, with all the trash structures that it was able to take out. And then, the queen picks up a couple more buildings after she takes down the town hall. And then, I mean, if you look at this is just like a mass spam Lalo. And when you have bases kind of like this, where the town hall's already taken out, and it's just a mass base, right? Like, there's still a lot of defenses left. It's actually really good that you do like a spam Lalo, because you don't want all of those loons, because this is a really heavy loon army. You don't want all of those loons to group up and then, get taken out by a wizard tower, or, like a certain multi-target inferno. So, yeah, just something to think about. If you're able to sui heroes on a town hall like that, then, a spam or tactical Lalo is going to be the way to go to finish that raid for 100%. So, Manbear, that was a great attack. Definitely thought through quite a bit, and was able to pull out the triple. Yes, indeed. All right, now for the next one, we have got Travis here, and he's going to be doing it's actually a P.E.K.K.A. Bow Witch Bat. P.E.K.K.A. Bow Witch Bat. Okay, he's using the P.E.K.K.A. to tank for the initial funnel over there. Unfortunately, that hidden Tesla took out that witch, which is not ideal, because witches are actually a lot of housing space inside of your armies. So, it's not ideal to have them go out early. But, I mean, look at how much easier that funnel was with a few of those witches and P.E.K.K.A. and then the king, And then that huge kill squad is going straight into the core. The walls aren't necessarily the highest, so it's super easy for that wall wrecker to get into that core. And they actually end up taking, a really good path. So the base is going to be basically at 50%. And still pushing. This is actually a really fun raid, because he saves the bat spells for a long time. I mean, you're going the last minute, and then he's going to use the bat spells. Notice there's still the queen's ability, and that queen is going to be able to hit that town hall from the outside of the wall, which is perfect, you know what I mean, because those bats are not going to be able to take out that town hall. I have rarely seen that happen. And then he uses bats on the completely opposite side, which is, it's a bold strategy, Cot. Let's see how it plays out for him. Well, it played out for him. And, I mean, it was just a super cool concept that I've never seen before, putting bats. I mean, this base was 75% taken out by the time he used the late bats. So that kill squad ultimately had just huge value, and was able to bring out, so many structures gone, and then bats just basically cleaning up just one little compartment. All right, and now we have Eden, and this is kind of I want to say that this is like a trophy base, because it's not really in Hentai 3. It's just a weird base, honestly. I don't know what you'd call this one. It's like a weird box with isolated infernos on the sides, the eagle artillery. I mean, yeah, it's just I think you'd see a lot more of this base in ladder than maybe in wars. So interesting layout, and it is a triple. He's able to take advantage of that using a massive bowler P.E.K.K.A. Bow Bat. So there was 17 bowlers in that, which I don't know if I've ever seen that many in a P.E.K.K.A. Bow Bat. Unfortunately, a lot of them decide to stray off to the 6 o'clock area. Granted, it is all trash structures, but still, you kind of wanted those bowlers in the main kill squad. And there is a lava pup taking them down as well. But that kill squad on the other side of the raid, was able to get all the way into that town hall area and use a jump spell to make sure of it. And then, that kill squad is still pushing through. He uses bats on top of that multi-target inferno, and then, these bats are just going to take out that back row of defenses. There's a couple air defenses, a few cannons, and then that final mortar, a couple others on the way. And then, the queen still has her ability, so she's just going to go and clean up these structures. And, I mean, it was good. The cleanup troops decided to separate pretty well, which was, you don't necessarily have a lot of good luck in Clash of Clans, and that was a good luck right there. All the cleanup troops going their own separate ways. All right, and now we have the Pillager. I've only been in Short Breast Gamers for less than a week, And this is a name that I am getting familiar with, and I'm expecting a lot out of. I've seen a couple of his raids, and there's just some good attacks. There's definitely some potential here. I love watching him, and yeah, he's a good player, you can tell. And I mean, shoot, that's the whole SBG gang, right? That's the whole clan of Short Bus Gamers. Is all good people. This guy just might have stood out in the week that I was here a little bit more. Yeah, so he's doing a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat. He kind of did it across from the town hall at the 1 o'clock side. He's going to deploy the bats at around the 11:30. These bats are just going to utilize that perfect ring of defenses around the outside. And then look at that freeze spell. Freeze spell was absolutely perfect. He just had so many overpowered. He maybe only lost like 2 or 3 bats out of that entire raid. And then just so much cleanup on the other side. And these bats are going to make, I wouldn't say quick work, because they are not that good at taking out, resources and other like that structures. They're definitely a lot quicker on the defenses. All right, now we have Schmitty here. And, again, this isn't necessarily the most developed Town Hall 12 according to the wall situation, but he's doing a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat, P.E.K.K.A. Bow Witch Bat, and makes a super good funnel using a couple P.E.K.K.A.s. Warden's ability early, which we have seen quite a lot of recently, because you want that wall wrecker to make it into the core as much as possible. So if you use that Warden's ability early, it's going to protect that wall wrecker to make it even further. And then that jump spell. I mean, this is perfect. I mean, look at that jump spell and all the troops funneling back into the core of that base, because like, I don't know how many times I say it, guys. You want that kill the secondary part of your attack to go around that outside ring of defenses, whether it's a kill squad hog or a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat. You want those bats or those hogs to go around that outside ring of defenses to keep your main kill squad through the center alive, and so that when they're done pushing through the complete opposite side of the base, like you see here, they're just going to start working on cleanup so you don't time fail. And that one had a swag freeze as well, so just perfect. We had I mean, excellent. Now we have Bash My Base. Now, this guy, he's really taken on the role of leadership. I've been in contact with a little bit here and there, and he was another one that kind of helped me into Short Bus Gamers. And he's a good leader, and he's definitely making Short Bus Gamers his priority. So yeah, he does a lot of good P.E.K.K.A. Bobat attacks. I see him friendly challenge, and he takes a lot of time into leading Short Bus Gamers, while I believe JR is just a little busy right now. So he's definitely picking up the slack and not trying to let JR down, which is great. Having co-leaders that are willing to help you out in those circumstances. Yeah, notice he did the P.E.K.K.A. Bobat basically from the opposite side of the town hall with a little bit of an angle. And that kill squad value just got so much. Unfortunately, those bats weren't able to pick up all of that outside ring of defenses, but they were able to get the majority until that last little compartment. But, at this rate, he's got the queen with her ability still, and then, what is that, 6 P.E.K.K.A.s? 6 P.E.K.K.A.s? That's ridiculous, right? And then, stacks up for the triple. These last ones were pretty underdeveloped 12s. They were still all 12s, and like I said, I can't make all the triples, but I think I did a good job with the first recap of Short Bus Gamers against MM Hero with an outstanding 20-to-1 triple ratio. So great job, Short Bus Gamers. I'm excited to be here.